A tough loss in the NBA last night caused us to have a rough day, but that's all right. We'll regroup and bounce right on back. Let's do it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode, the Thursday edition here of Winning Bets. It's great to have you along on the ride. Before we get on into meat and potatoes here of the show, I want to kind of remind you guys about the NBC Sports Predictor League. Don't forget, we've got a golf contest going on where I'm giving away $20, and we've got the Premier League contest going away where I'm also giving away $20. If you haven't joined either one of those groups yet, the group information is in this video description. So, yeah, go ahead and join those groups. Get your picks in for each of those contests as you're competing for $50,000, and also compete for $20 that I'm going to go ahead and give away. Joining these groups are free. There's nothing you have to do to, join the group. All you got to do is just download the app, play the game, and then just join the group, and then, come take my $20 when you beat everybody else in the group. The other thing we want to go and talk about is the polling is over for the bad beat result. We've got a winner. We got Sabonis. Sabonis went ahead and won by 18%, as you can see. So 17% there, I believe it was. Not too much of a surprise. I mean, the Cole Custer one was definitely a bad beat just because how strong he was that all day. But kind of like I said when we put together the polling, I've never seen a shot bounce off the top of the backboard twice and fall into the bucket. I just never seen that. So going forward, we'll have Sabonis. He's our current worst bad beat, and as bad beats roll in, I mean, we know bad beats will roll in. It's part of gambling. You can't prevent the bad beats from happening. We'll kind of compare it, and we'll kind of throw out another poll, and we'll always kind of have our worst bad beat that we can always look back on and remember the screw job that cost us to have a little bit of profit. So going forward, it'll be Sabonis. Sabonis takes the cake there. So let's jump on into it and recap yesterday. It was another tough day. Started off with a win. Got a nice win there in the soccer. We did a soccer parlay. We did a double chance parlay. We took 16s. There were some sweats. I mean, there's always sweats. PSG wasn't a sweat because they won 1-0 and they could always afford to give up a goal. Atalanta won. I think it was 4-1 was the final there, so that one wasn't a sweat. The sweats were Manchester United because it was 0-0, and I watched that entire game being a Man United fan. Palace was never really threatening, but I mean they could always get a goal and obviously then wreck that bet. So that one was a sweat. The other sweat was, what were the other teams in the bet? Oh yeah, Leicester Burnley was another one. Took Leicester on the double chance. That game ended 1-1, so that was a sweat. I mean, Burnley really wasn't doing shit all game. The only goal they got was they got gifted a goal with just a terrible playing out of the back pass there by one of the defenders of Leicester. So yeah, they were gifted a goal, but again, it's still 1-1, and all they need to do is get a goal and wreck that bet. The big sweat, and we actually got a good win for once. We've had a really run of bad luck. Is AC Milan was the last team in that parlay there, and we got some good fortunes go our way. We got lucky with AC Milan. They were down 1-0 in the 80th minute. One of the opponent's players couldn't continue on due to an injury he had picked up, but they had already made all their subs, so they played the last 10 minutes down a man, and then we got a penalty in the 97th minute off a handball in the box. A little unnecessary to go ahead and use your hand there in that situation, but thankfully he did. We get the penalty, and AC Milan converts the penalty. So we finally got a good win. We had a lot of bad beats. That was a good win for us there. So yeah, that one was at plus money, so that was a nice plus. I think it was 1.16 units there to start off our day. We carried it on over, obviously, in the NBA. We got one parlay one prop to hit. We got Zion. He went over his point total. And then the 76ers also covered the spread. We took 76ers plus 3.5. Then some of the bad luck kind of, just kind of the unfortunates kind of hit us. Wolves. I mean, it was competitive, right? They lost the first quarter by 3. They lost the second quarter by 3, so they're down by 6 at halftime. And then they just gave up. I mean, to lose that game by 33 points after a competitive first half, yeah, their heads were dropped and they just gave up. So yeah, they obviously weren't covering a spread, and they were the team that actually wrecked our 16 teaser. We got the other 5 teams in our teaser to hit, and then the Wolves did not cover. So that one was bad because that parlay, obviously we could have won over 3 units in that teaser parlay. So yeah, the Wolves coming out and just having a real shitty second half performance wrecked our night. If the Wolves are competitive in that second half and keep it close, like they did in that first half, we hit that teaser. And then we have profit on the night. Actually, we're not down like we are. It was a rough night. So woke up to a loss in the Warriors game. The Warriors gave up a game-winning 3 with 14 seconds to go by Lillard. So Obviously, nice shot by him, but sunk it for us there with 14 seconds to go. So that was unfortunate. Cat, he didn't go over his point total. He didn't do shit really all night. Got the first bucket of the game. Thought, okay, Cat's going to take advantage of the mismatch that he has inside. Hornets are also down their starting center. He didn't suit up and play, but yeah, Cat just didn't do a damn thing. So yeah. Also took his partner, his teammate in that game, Anthony Edwards. He missed about 1 point, and he shot on the night. He went 1 for 10 from 3. So just a poor shooting night from Anthony Edwards, but he gave us a chance late in the game. And with 19 seconds to go, he had a shot blocked. And with 12 seconds to go, he had a shot blocked. Both of those shots were within 6 feet of the basket. So man, we had a chance there in the waning seconds for him to just make one more bucket and give us the cash. But yes, good defensive play, and he was unable to do that. And then we took two prop parlays. The first one there, Sabonis, he missed it by 2 points. The other two players in that prop parlay, they went ahead and cashed, but Sabonis missed it by 2 points, which is unfortunate because he was at 18 points with, I think, about 4.5, maybe 5. I think it was about 4.5 minutes to go, and then just never attempted another shot. And in a close game, you would have liked to see them gone to an advantage, but, the Pacers win the game, so, I can't argue with their strategy there. But just a little bit unfortunate. Sabonis came up short. And then the other prop parlay was Zion and Wendell Carter Jr. Wendell Carter Jr. just didn't shoot the ball good. He shot 3 for 11 on the night. Just had a poor shooting night. So, yeah, he fell a little bit short, about 5 points short, if I recall correctly. He got 5 where he needed 10. So, yeah, just a rough day, losing over 4 units. Now we're down about 6.5 units, on the week, but still plenty of time left on in the week, plenty of time to go ahead and get it back. But man, that Wolves game, just so unfortunate that they couldn't quite keep it close. But we turned the page, we look to bounce back, and we look to have us a nice day today. I've already gone ahead and tweeted it out. I sent out a tweet. I'm going to go ahead and do another one of these soccer parlays. I've got 3 teams in this one, and then with a couple of props added to it. The first one we've got here is Inter. Went ahead and did double chance Inter. They're playing Parma. Parma's probably going to be relegated from Serie A this season, while Inter's obviously flying high, competing for the title there. So like Inter to at least win or draw. Then ahead and parlayed over 1.5 goals in that game. Parma's they've just been shitty, and Inter's flying high, so definitely see at least 2 goals in that game. Then they did the same thing in Tottenham, did over 1.5 goals in the Tottenham game. They're playing Fulham. Fulham's been leaky most of the season. Tottenham's coming off a game where they scored 4 against Burnley, a Burnley team that, defensively speaking, is significantly better than a Fulham team. But I know Fulham couldn't quite run their system after giving up a goal in the 3rd minute, but they're still a strong defensive team, and Tottenham was able to put 4 past them. So like them to at least get 2 goals in that game, and then Tottenham to at least not lose that game. So did Tottenham on a double chance there. And then the last team I threw in there was Everton on the double chance. They're going up against West Brom. West Brom has conceded the most goals in the league. Everton, as long as you got Calvert-Lewin in the lineup, Everton's been really, tough to beat for most of the season with Calvert-Lewin in the lineup. So, and he should definitely be playing today. Maybe he'll even get James back. He'll get Richarlison probably in that lineup, and he's just been on fire lately, has been Richarlison. So, yeah, like Everton to at least not lose the game. So that's a double chance there with Everton. So, if you go ahead and do that, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-legged parlay, and that comes in at plus 145. So that soccer parlay comes in at plus 145. All right, other bets I've got for you guys today. We're going to go ahead and roll out our NASCAR plays of the week here. I'm going to more than likely take today off from the NBA. It's a kind of a tricky day here, the last day before the All-Star break. I definitely wouldn't be making a bet in the NBA before seeing lineups. I got an expectation that maybe teams could be sitting some players. I don't know. It's just a weird night. The game before the All-Star or the last game there before the All-Star break. So I'll give you guys a little bit of caution. So with no NBA bets at this current moment, maybe there'll be more later on Twitter. You can look for me there at WinningBetsPod. I've got my 3 NASCAR plays. I've already obviously done all the research, upload the video for the Pennzoil 400 for us to win $35,000. And I've got 3 NASCAR head-to-head bets that I absolutely love this weekend. May add one more. I'm a little undecided on the 4th matchup, but if I do, obviously I'll announce that on Twitter or maybe even on tomorrow's show. But the 3 that I absolutely love is Chris Buescher over Bubba Wallace, and that's minus 115. We've been fading Bubba Wallace last season. We've already faded Bubba Wallace this season to cashes. Just going to keep that trend going there. So Chris Buescher over Bubba Wallace is at minus 115 over at DraftKings. Chris Buescher beat him last week. He finished 19th. Wallace finished 22nd. Buescher at Vegas has a better average finish, 14.83 as opposed to 23.67. He's got the better driver rating of 64%. 54.9 versus 52.7. Chris Buescher has it has all 6 recent races here at Vegas in the top 20. Bubba Wallace only has 1 of his 6 races in the top 20. Chris Buescher's low finish here at Vegas is 18. Bubba Wallace's here is 38. Chris Buescher at the intermediate tracks, average finish of 19.21 as opposed to 25.08 for Wallace. Driver rating at intermediate tracks is 65.3 as opposed to 54.9. Similar tracks, if you kind of look at Kansas and Homestead as similar tracks here to Vegas. Chris Buescher's got the better average finish by 2 spots and 7 spots at those 2 tracks. He's got the better driver rating by 15 and 12 points at those 2 tracks. So, yeah, it's Chris Buescher over Bubba Wallace all day long. Bubba Wallace, just really isn't that great of a driver. And, we're waiting to see if he can do it this year in better resources. So far this season, he hasn't put it together. So, yeah, fading him's been profitable. So, I'm not jumping off that train anytime soon. All right, the next head-to-head bet that I got is Kyle Larson over Denny Hamlin. You can find that at -106 over at DraftKings. Larson beat him in the February race, finished 9th in that race where Denny Hamlin finished 17th. Kyle Larson did not run in the September race. Kyle Larson beat him last week as well at a similar racetrack at Homestead. Like I said, a similar racetrack. So he finished 4th where Denny Hamlin finished 11th. Kyle Larson's got the better average finish by 8.87 spots. He's got the better driver rating by 9.3 points here at Vegas. Kyle Larson at Kansas, because I think Kansas is a closer comp than Homestead. I mean, they're both intermediate tracks, but at Homestead, you'll have more wear on your tire, where Kansas, you'll have a little bit less wear on your tire. So I think Kansas is a better comp to Vegas than Homestead, but Homestead is definitely a comp. So if we look at their results there at Kansas, Kyle Larson's got a better average finish by 1.42 spots. Kyle Larson's got a better driver rating by 6.3 points. And then if we just take all the intermediate tracks as a whole, Kyle Larson's got the better average finish by 1.1 spots, and he's got the better driver rating by 8.1 points at intermediate tracks. Go ahead and give me Kyle Larson over Denny Hamlin, -106 over at DraftKings. And then the last matchup here I'm going to give you guys is Tyler Reddick over Austin Dillon at +108 over DraftKings. These guys are teammates, obviously, but Reddick with the better average finish and rating at intermediate tracks. Tyler Reddick obviously beat him last week at a similar intermediate track at Homestead. Tyler Reddick finished 2nd place in that racetrack. Tyler Reddick has 23 less races at intermediate tracks than Austin Dillon does, but he's got the same number of top 10 finishes in those 23 less races and only 2 less top 10s and 23 less races. Tyler Reddick's got the better average finish and driver rating at Kansas and at Homestead. Again, he's coming off a 2nd place finish at Homestead. Dillon's got better numbers at Vegas if you go ahead and look them up, but that's been skewed because Reddick's only raced twice at Vegas, and one of those he had a DNF. He got an accident in that race, so his numbers are kind of skewed, by that one wreck that he had, an accident that went ahead and knocked him out. So, got the better form that he does coming in. Obviously, hot last week. He's better at intermediate tracks, better at Homestead, better at Kansas. Yeah, I like Tyler Reddick, and you can find that at +108 over at DraftKings. I like those 3 bets so much that I went ahead and dumped them in a $5 parlay because I recently completed a mission on DraftKings. As you guys play DraftKings yourself and you guys are completing missions and collecting free money, I went ahead and I think I completed this sometime last week, it was early this week, and I had it earmarked to use it this week. We've been hot on NASCAR, 4-1 2 weeks ago, 3-1 last week, 7-2 on the season. So I had it earmarked that whatever my bets were going to be this week in NASCAR, I was going to go ahead and drop them in a parlay. So that's exactly what I did. You guys can see there, it's a little over +600 odds. So a $5 bet will win me around $32. I'll take a nice NASCAR sweep and put 2 units in my pocket. So that's what we'll do there. All right, last thing we're going to do here on the show is, again, over on the Fox Bet Super 6 app, got that quiz show. I told you guys on every Thursday daily show here, if there was any sports-related questions in the quiz show, I was going to go ahead and give you guys my answers. So I'll go ahead and give you them now. For question 1, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but that's how I've got it answered. And I don't know anything about UFC. All I did was go to FanDuel and DraftKings, kind of look up odds of who's the favorite, and then the method of victory and the projection of how long the fight's going to go. So based on a combination of all those odds, that's how I settled on this guy winning the fight in that round by that amount, whoever the hell this guy is. And then the next question here on the Fox Bet Super 6 set, I'm going Joey Logano. I uploaded already a video for the $35,000 that we can win on the jackpot races in Fox Bet Super 6 app. I like Joey Logano this week. I like Team Penske this week. I like the Fords this week. So yeah, this one here was Joey Logano for me all day long there on that question. All right, so that's how we'll do it here on today's show. Looking forward to this NASCAR. I already wish it was Sunday. We've been killing it on NASCAR, but I just like sitting back and watching the race. So, yeah, I already wish it was Sunday. Maybe I do get into basketball play a little bit later on. I do think, again, it's a kind of a tricky spot to play games, play props in this. So we'll just kind of see maybe once we get some more injury news and lineups are a little bit more clear as we head on to the night tap, maybe we will pull a trigger. There's a couple things I've got my eye on, but yeah, I just don't know if I'll get to it there on there. Otherwise, we do know the NBA is going in their All-Star breaks. We won't have any NBA plays, certainly through the rest of the week. So on tomorrow's show, we'll go ahead and roll out our soccer card for this weekend. Guy obviously got lots of Premier League action and the big boys and the other leagues that we like to tail up in Bayern and Dortmund and what have you there. So we'll give out our soccer plays on tomorrow's show. All right, guys, enjoy your Thursday. Have a good one, and we'll see you on tomorrow's show.
Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.